What's going on, guys? It's your pal Mega Snoop bringing you a Toontown video for the first time in a while, and it will probably be the one Toontown video for a while, just because I wanted to talk about Toonfest because it was here for a month, just like it is every year, and now it's gone, and now that it's gone, I can give a fair opinion on what I thought about it, and it was... I'm sorry, hold up. It was not good. It wasn't bad, but it was literally the same thing it was every single year. And that's a little disappointing, just a little bit, especially because of the fact that well before it even started, well before, they had a giant blog post talking about all the things they wanted to do, and they're like, we have a lot of surprises to come, we have some more updates that we want to do, we have some more things to make it quote-unquote bigger and better. And then they said, like it has become every year. And I don't know, that just confuses me that they still say things like this, and it's not true. Not even a little bit. It was literally the same thing it was last year, except they delayed fireworks and didn't have fireworks working on the first day, which is odd to me why they wouldn't have the fireworks working on the first day. Like, it took a solid week to 2 weeks before the fireworks were actually implemented. I played Toonfest the first day it was out. I couldn't play it for more than a few hours because there was nothing for me to do. Especially as a 137 laugh toon, there was nothing for me to do. Collect Toonfest tokens for accessories that are literally the same things they were last year. Literally the same thing. There was nothing new. So I didn't have any reason, as someone who played it last year, to play it again this year. That was it. I thought the dunk tank was new, but apparently it wasn't, and I just stopped playing Toonfest too early last year because it was something they introduced last year. And because I was so bored with Toonfest last year, I didn't get on for the later days of Toonfest, and that's when they introduced the duck tank, which all it really does is have everybody stand in front of each other spamming pies at a moving target that you can't necessarily aim at, and half the people don't even hit the target because you're just hitting the toon in front of you, and it gives you tokens. So it's another way to get tokens. That's cool. The tokens are still used for either accessories, which are the same thing since the first couple years, I suppose. And you can use them for doing the Merry Multipliers, which I think is a really good thing. I think Merry Multipliers are the best thing to come out of Toonfest, 100%, and I think they need to have an actual implementation into the game and not just be kind of here for Toonfest for a month of the year and then disappear for the rest. I 100% believe that the Merry Multiplier rewards need to be rewards for regular just for fun tasks. So whether you are at the end of Daisy's Garden and you want to get some just for fun tasks to give you some extra gag XP before you move to minis so you can get that whole cream pie that you need, or even if you're at the end of the game and you've already completed all the main task lines and you don't want to do 7 long factories, you can do a just for fun task, which is like 150 cogs, and it'll give you double merit XP for 6 hours or something like that. And why not do that? That's a good idea and everyone would like it. It's just make your game good. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have to keep saying this, and I've said it so many times. I don't play Toontown a lot anymore for many reasons, mostly because I beat the game already, but there's not too much incentive to go back and do it again, just because it's too grindy, it's not very thought out, and many improvements that could have come to the game are not there and then just overlooked and even implemented into the game, but then like forgotten about. Like adding a new SOS card from Storm Cellbot would have been great, and then it could have been stuck in the rotation and it'd be like, oh hey, now you can get these 2 new SOS cards from VPs. Except once Storm Cellbot was over, we never saw them again, and that's terrible. And I've made a video about that called Missed Opportunities, and it's just, I'm so annoyed that people keep wanting me to make Toontown videos and do Toontown streams when literally nothing has changed since when was the last actual update? Like, not music for underwater, not bug fixes that nobody knew was even broken or even bothered about. I don't actually know. It might have been the Laugh Olympics. I think that was the actual last something new added to the game that was permanent. Not like a limited time Looney Labs task, not like a limited time this. Like actually added to the game. I think it was the Toon Species. I think that was the last new thing, and that's cosmetic. That's what that is. It's not even something to change gameplay. It's cosmetic. So I could literally leave Toontown and just be like, it's fine. If you guys want to still enjoy it, that's cool. I could leave it behind and move on to other things, and I would be okay with that. And you would never hear any of these complaints out of me ever again. But the fact of the matter is I grew this channel off of Toontown, so I get tweets and I get YouTube comments and I get people in my stream chat always asking me, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Are you going to make a video on this? Are you going to play it again soon? Are you? And it's like, if I could just leave it behind, and if everyone else could just leave it behind, we wouldn't have to worry about it, you know? But it's the fact that there's still a small little bit of community there that really loves the game, and they really want me to continue being the Mega Snoop of 3 years ago. And I can't be that guy, because back then everything was new, and I was still discovering things, and I was still learning things. And I could continue doing that if there were still new things to be discovered, such as new updates and new content. But there isn't, so I can't do that. If you're saying, but what about field offices and what about Crash Cashbot? Neither of those have a confirmed date. No guarantee that it's going to happen in 2018. They were announced in July of 2018, and it is now October of 2018, and I don't even anticipate those coming out until like next summer. Like, just knowing the wrap of TTR, not until next summer at all. So if the reason they're not adding anything to Toonfest is because they're trying to focus on that, I still am confused about that, because they brag about having such a big team. And you can definitely have some people working on future stuff and some people working on present stuff. You can. Did you know that you can do that? Yeah. Whoa. It's amazing, right? So, yeah, this is probably my last Toontown video for a while, because of the fact that there's just nothing to report on. And this is kind of my big summation of the last couple months and the couple months to come. And there you go. That's Toontown for you. There's a reason why Corporate Clash isn't doing too well for player base. There's a reason why TTR isn't doing too well for player base. It's just getting old. Toontown as a whole has been around for 15 years, guys. And in 15 years, there's been minor changes. And games that have been around a long time have had to make major changes in order to keep people around. Like CSGO has made major changes, added maps, changed guns, added guns. You know, they've made major changes. World of Warcraft is having new expansions every year. Wizard 101 is celebrating its 10th year anniversary, and it's still adding new worlds every single year. In 15 years, Toontown has barely done a fraction of any of that. So you wonder why Toontown isn't doing well right now. It's because it's Toontown, and at its core, it is not built to last more than 15 years. So I feel really bad for Corporate Clash, I do, because they did everything right. They brought a new game that had new ideas, that was challenging, that made you think, and actually gave a new spin on Toontown. And a lot of people rejected it because the one thing that they like about Toontown is the nostalgia. That's the only reason they really play TTR, is the nostalgia. It's not because they like the game, I guess. It's not because it's a good game. It's because it's a game from their childhood, and they like that feeling of nostalgia that they had when they were 6 years old, living in a more simple time. You had your breakfast cereal and you watched cartoons, and after your cartoons were done, you ran over to the computer and asked your dad for the password so you could log on to Windows XP and play Toontown for a bit. And people just want to be able to refeel that, but that doesn't last 15 years at this point. Unfortunately, the flaw of Toontown Corporate Clash at its core is the fact that it's Toontown. Not that it did anything else wrong, unfortunately. But I started going on a rant, and I apologize for that. Toonfest this year, majorly disappointing. But does anyone care anymore? Do they? I don't care anymore. I'm only making this video because I had a couple people ask me to, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I can make a Toontown video. But very disappointing. But you know what? You guys enjoy Toontown. If you still want to enjoy Toontown, go for it. Okay, I'm done with the video now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay awesome. God bless. Peace.